So you want to really get to the heart of things, right? Cut through all the clutter and figure out what really matters when it comes to Salesforce Marketing Cloud.
You want to take a shortcut to those key insights.
Exactly. And that's what we're doing today. This is like a crash course, a deep dive, if you will, into some of the essential concepts that are at the core of Marketing Cloud.
We're focusing on the kind of things you really need to know,
Yeah.
especially if you're thinking about going for that Certified Marketing Cloud Consultant exam.
But even if you're not planning on taking the exam, this is still going to be super valuable for you.
Yeah, this is going to give you a solid understanding of how to use Marketing Cloud to solve real-world marketing problems.
We've gone through a bunch of practice questions and explanations.
And we're going to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge for you. Actionable stuff you can actually use.
So our mission today is to really dig into 5 key areas. And we'll do this by breaking down 5 specific practice questions.
Sounds good.
All right, so first up, we're talking about data sync. Let's say you have a company that's keeping all of its customer contact information in Salesforce Sales Cloud.
Pretty common setup.
Very common. But now they need to get that data over to Marketing Cloud.
So they can actually send out those marketing emails?
Right. But here's the catch. They only want to sync the contacts who have specifically opted in to receive marketing emails.
And they want this to happen every single day without anyone having to lift a finger.
Automatically. Okay, so the question gives us 4 possible ways to make this happen.
Option A was to use Salesforce data extensions with a filter activity. B was to enable Journey Builder's Salesforce entry event.
Okay.
Option C suggested using a query activity to pull in all contacts and then filter out the opted-out ones.
Got it.
And then D was basically to do it the old-fashioned way, manually exporting and importing the data.
Okay, so 4 very different approaches.
Yeah.
But the explanation tells us that the best way to handle this is actually B, to enable Journey Builder's Salesforce entry event.
Definitely the smartest way to do it in this scenario.
So can you break down for us why this is the most efficient and compliant approach?
Sure. So the thing about the Salesforce entry event in Journey Builder is it's designed specifically for this purpose. It's like a direct pipeline from Sales Cloud to Marketing Cloud.
Like a built-in solution.
Exactly. And here's the really important part. You can actually filter your contacts right there at the entry point.
So you're only bringing in those people who have raised their hand and said, yes, I want those marketing emails.
Exactly. And all of this daily sync, it's all automated. It happens in the background without anyone having to remember to do it.
Which means it's way less prone to errors or compliance issues.
Absolutely. You're not relying on someone to remember to run a manual export or create some complicated automation that might miss something.
It's like it's inherently built to keep you compliant.
Right. And this really showcases why it's so crucial to have a seamless connection between your Sales Cloud and Marketing Cloud. When these two systems are talking to each other effectively,
Yeah.
it sets the stage for successful marketing.
It's like laying the foundation.
Precisely. And that foundation has to be built on accurate data and permission-based data. That's essential for both running successful campaigns and staying on the right side of those privacy regulations.
So the big takeaway here is if you're looking to integrate Sales Cloud and Marketing Cloud, look to those native connectors first, like the Journey Builder entry event.
They're usually built with both efficiency and compliance in mind.
So you're saving time and reducing risk compared to building some kind of custom solution.
Definitely.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. We're going to tackle a challenge that I'm sure a lot of marketers out there are all too familiar with. We're talking about re-engagement.
Ah, the never-ending quest to win back those who've gone quiet.
Exactly. So in this scenario, we have a company that's looking to re-engage with subscribers who have been inactive for the past 90 days.
No opens, no clicks.
Nothing. And their goal is to gradually increase the frequency of their emails for those people who start to share signs of life.
So rewarding those who re-engage.
Right. But at the same time, they want to stop emailing altogether those subscribers who continue to be unresponsive.
Don't want to annoy them further, right?
Exactly. So the question gives us 4 options for how to approach this.
A was to build a multi-step journey with decision splits based on engagement behavior. B suggested a file drop automation. C was a one-time email blast to everybody on that inactive list.
Right.
And then D recommended manually segmenting the list and sending weekly emails.
So again, 4 very different approaches. But in this case, the recommended answer is A, to use a multi-step journey with decision splits based on engagement behavior.
It's all about that personalized, dynamic approach.
So walk us through why this is the preferred method for this particular challenge.
Well, multi-step journey, especially in Journey Builder, allows you to really see what your subscriber is doing in real time.
Hmm.
Are they opening? Are they clicking?
You're tracking their engagement dynamically.
Exactly. And then by using decision splits within the journey, you can automatically adjust their path based on what they're doing.
So if someone starts opening and clicking your emails again, you can slowly increase how often you send them emails.
Right. And on the other hand, those who stay silent, well, you can either slow down the emails or even remove them from your list altogether.
So it's not this one-size-fits-all approach. You're really tailoring the experience to each individual subscriber,
Exactly. You're enhancing the personalization and making the experience more relevant.
which should lead to better results and fewer frustrated subscribers.
Exactly. And, setting it up as an automated journey makes things so much easier on your end.
No more manual list segmentation or anything like that.
Right. It just runs in the background. And this ties into a larger shift we're seeing in marketing. It's all about responding to actual behaviors rather than relying on these static segments that may or may not be accurate.
Interesting. Okay, let's move on to challenge number 3. This time we're dealing with a customer who has multiple Marketing Cloud business units.
Multiple Bs.
Multiple BUs, yes. And they need to make absolutely sure that each BU can only access and use the subscriber data that belongs to them.
Data silos.
Yeah,
Keeping things nice and organized.
right. And also avoiding any duplicate contacts across those different business units.
So the question is, what are the 2 best practices to make this happen?
Okay, so we've got 4 options. A, using a shared data extension across all BUs. B, implementing a subscriber key that aligns with a unique identifier. C, assigning each BU its own separate all subscribers list. And D, using the Enterprise 2.0 account structure with business unit filters.
Lots of options.
Lots of options. And in this case, there are actually 2 right answers.
Indeed.
B and D. So let's start with B. Why is it so important to implement a subscriber key when you're dealing with multiple business units?
Well, think of the subscriber key as a passport. It's a unique identifier for every individual across your entire Marketing Cloud account.
So even if the same person interacts with different parts of your company and ends up in multiple BUs, you still recognize them as one single person.
Exactly. It's preventing those duplicates, which is huge for maintaining a consistent view of your customer.
Okay, so even if someone interacts with our US division and our European division because they have the same subscriber key, Marketing Cloud knows it's the same person.
Exactly. No more duplicate records.
Excellent. Okay, and the second best practice, using the Enterprise 2.0 account structure with business unit filters. How does that help keep things organized?
Okay, so think about it from a data governance perspective. The Enterprise 2.0 structure is like the framework for your entire Marketing Cloud account.
Yeah.
And by setting up business unit filters, you're basically creating those logical data silos between each BU.
So each BU only sees the data that's relevant to them.
Exactly. It's all about data privacy and preventing any accidental sharing of subscriber lists between different parts of the company.
So it creates this really well-organized and secure environment for managing data in a company that maybe has multiple brands or operates in different regions.
Exactly.
Okay, on to question number 4. This one's all about personalization, which I think we can all agree is super important.
It's everything these days.
It is. So we have a retail company that wants to send out product recommendations in their emails, but they want to make sure that those recommendations are super relevant to each customer, specifically based on the last item they purchased.
So tailoring the recommendations to that specific purchase.
Exactly. So the question gave us 4 options. A, using AMP script lookup rows. B, manually segmenting their customer lists.
C was creating data filters within Contact Builder. And D, the AI-powered solution, using Marketing Cloud's Einstein email recommendations.
And the recommended approach was D, using Einstein email recommendations. So what makes this the most effective solution for this specific personalization goal?
Well, it's all about the power of artificial intelligence. Einstein can analyze a customer's entire purchase history, including their most recent purchase, and then it uses that information to dynamically select product suggestions that are actually relevant to that individual.
So it's not just saying, hey, you bought this last time, so here's that same thing again.
Right. It's going deeper. It's considering things like product affinities, what other similar customers have bought, even current trends. It's a whole other level of dynamic personalization.
So it's much more sophisticated and should lead to much better results.
Exactly. It's all about moving away from those static rules-based approaches and really embracing AI to deliver those truly personalized experiences.
Interesting. Okay, our final question for today is all about tracking and measuring those all-important email engagement metrics.
Because you can't improve what you don't measure, right?
Exactly. So in this scenario, we have a marketing team that needs to keep a close eye on how their email campaigns are performing over time. They want to track opens, clicks, unsubscribes, all of those key metrics so they can learn from each campaign and make their future ones even better.
Data-driven decision-making.
Absolutely. So the question presented us with these options: A, using Email Studio tracking reports; B, implementing Data Extract and Automation Studio; C, using Journey Builder Analytics; and D, creating triggered sends with A/B testing.
A lot of different ways to slice and dice the data.
Definitely. But in this case, the most direct and effective way to track those overall engagement trends over time is A, using those Email Studio tracking reports.
So why are those reports the go-to solution in this situation? Because they're built right in. You get a clear overview of all those key engagement metrics without having to build anything complex or rely on other systems.
Yeah.
You can easily see your open rates, your click-through rates, unsubscribes, all right there in Marketing Cloud.
So it's about having that instant high-level view of how your emails are performing.
Right. And you can usually export those reports too.
So you can do deeper analysis and look for trends over time.
Exactly. You want to be able to spot those patterns and make data-driven decisions about how to optimize future campaigns. It's all about continuous improvement.
I'd like you to think about one thing. What's one specific area in your own marketing efforts where a deeper understanding of Marketing Cloud could lead to some serious improvements?
Challenge yourself to think about how you can apply these concepts to your own work.
The world of marketing technology is constantly changing, and I think we can both agree that diving deeper into these platforms is the key to unlocking new and better ways to engage your audience.
For sure.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Let us know what you're thinking.
We'll see you next time.
Bye for now.